Okay, back at the Wargaming table, continuing to experiment, test, and play Troops in Contact. I have basically hit a major, well, what appears to be a major sequence of play problem again. Not unusual, not unexpected, but there nonetheless. So I'm going to try to recreate the problem first. So we start play, action period 1, action cycle 1. Blue player starts with unit 133. 133 goes to up posture for 0 action points, moves for 1 and 2 action points. At this point, red 4 player says halt. I'm interrupting with reaction fire. So we can mark blue 4 player. We can mark blue unit 133 with a +2 period marker, and then red 4 player checks, can see the target, and so fires. We'll say drops 12. Firepower onto blue 4 unit, which forces it to down posture and full cover. Marked with casualty factors equal to firepower. At this point, the red 4 unit that conducted reaction fire is marked with the same period marker. Okay, so to talk this through, at this point, the blue 4 unit went to up posture and moved 1 hex, all in the first action period. So roughly the first 15 seconds, and then roughly the next 15 seconds moved into this hex. Roughly around this time, the red 4 unit, I wonder if I shouldn't be adding an action period here. I almost think I should be. One, two, three, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not really going to work. So it's really sometime between it's around, sometime between the 16-second and 30-second mark. This fire goes out. All right. Well, anyways, red 4 unit, what happened was in the first action period, the blue 4 unit moved here, and red 4 unit held its fire. Then in the second action period, blue 4 unit moved here, and then red 4 unit decided to fire with reaction fire, respond with reaction fire. So red 4 player gets marked in that way. Okay, so the markers here are third period markers, which means that after the completion of this action period, which is the first, the current one, and after completion of the second action period, after that, i.e. at the start of the third action period, they both become available again, and that's because blue 4 player expended 2 action points. Okay, so basically in the second half of this action cycle, second half of this minute of action, they become available again. Now the problem arises here. So the problem is, why can't, or from this unit's perspective, because that was red's action, the reaction fire was red's action, so we go back to blue 4 player. What if blue 4 player wants to fire with this unit, onto this unit now? What's the timing? In other words, if this unit wants to use its first action point to fire on this unit, which is, well, if it wants to use its first action period to fire on this unit, first question is, what's its posture and state? Because when this unit fires on the red unit here, in the first action period, the red 4 unit hasn't fired yet. So technically it is down posture but not acting. Now, of course, it looks down posture acting. Right? So here's the problem. Now, it's kind of a moot point because without the action marker, blue unit can't see red anyways. It's only after red is marked with the action, with the period marker, that it becomes observable to the blue unit anyways. Let me make sure that's correct. So target unit, small troop unit, down plus PM to an observer down. Well, that's interesting. It's not visible anyways. Not visible anyways. Okay, so okay, so not visible anyway, so it's kind of a moot point, even though the question still remains. So let's change some things. Let's put what if the red unit was in up posture, now it's up plus PM. And now let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if blue were up in the wood line, blue in fact would now see red. Blue would see red. Primarily because red acted. If red were up, not acting, up 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, no. They're both up in a wood line, whatever, 250 meters apart. Yep. They don't see each other. The moment red acts, red becomes visible to blue. Observable, not visible. Observable to blue. Up. Okay. So then, what if when the action comes back to blue 4 player? See, again, it's a moot point because blue didn't see red before red acted. So if blue wants to fire on red now, he does so, but he is now marked with the same. Something could be better here. He was, as of now, he's marked with the same period marker as red. Okay, that's okay, but now let's back up. What happens when wait, that's not, yeah. Up 12, okay, so let's put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 6 is 10. Up, okay, here we go. So let's go back, start over. If these units are both up in wood lines looking across at each other 100 meters, first of all, they each see each other. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, plus 6 is 9, and vice versa. So they each see each other. But let's say that they just choose not to fire on each other. And so now now it would be who fires first, right? So take all this back. Boom. Take all this back. Okay, now we go like this. So they can see each other. Blue 4 player goes first. Blue 4 player. Okay. Blue 4 player chooses to act. Instead of acting with this unit, which blue 4 player probably should, but let's just say if blue 4 player chooses to act with this one, 0, 1, 2. Red 4 player chooses to interrupt. That entire attack happens. This one is marked. Oh. See, blue 4 player chose not to act with this unit first. So therefore, the idea that this unit could use its first action, it's using its first action point, the idea that this unit could act basically in the current action period is lost because blue 4 player chose to act with another unit. So when this unit chooses to fire, it is marked with the same action, same period marker as that one, and let's say, whatever drops 10, maybe 10. He goes down. Full cover. 10. He gets marked with the same action. Same period marker. So that seems to work out, but what happens when there are multiple cases of this? What I'm referring to is, what if blue has a unit here, red is up like this? I'm not sure whether this would happen or not, but back up again like this. Okay, so I'm assuming that I'm assuming that these two cannot see each other. Is that true? Small troop. This is a small troop unit. Down posture, not acting. This unit is up, not acting. So 6. Yeah, does not see. 6 observation point allowance for this unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So would not see to the wood line there. Okay, and I'm assuming, okay, these guys can see each other, and I'm assuming that these guys can see each other. So now what happens, again, if blue chooses to act with this unit down, red responds. That, like that. Blue can respond with either, isn't dictated. But if, oh, he's marked like that. So if blue responded now, like that. Back to red. Red fires here, maybe. I guess it works out. All right, so I'm going to press forward. I'm going to press forward because I can't generate a hard and fast problem again. So let's see if I can continue quote-unquote normal play. Let's see if I can generate any of these sorts of problems under normal play. So let's start over. Let's go forward. We'll do that. 1, 2. So he's marked plus 2 p.m., which is a third period marker. Red fires, forces blue down. Blue takes, I think it was 12. What was it? It was, it was 12. Okay. Okay. Target is forced down, full cover, dropped 12. Firepower like that, casualty factors, boom. This one is marked the same with plus 2 p.m. or third period marker. Now we talked about the low ammo roll. I was looking at delaying the low ammo roll, which I kind of like. but it would have to indicate the rate of fire used. Otherwise, later on, it would be forgotten. So it would be yeah. So the ceasefire markers would have to show. So this is a ceasefire 4 marker. Or low ammo test 4. Low ammo 4 test. Because that was a 4 firepower attack. Like that. Now it goes back to blue. And blue goes up for 0. This high ground is all closer to the, well, let's go. Let's actually figure this out. So this is like 1. Yeah, so this is not, these hexes are not closer to the higher unit than the lower unit. So these are blocking, oh wait, that 4 should block anyways, so yep, so 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll stay there, yeah, 6, which means that that's elevated effort. I know I need to find a better sounding term for that, but he's marked with plus 4 PM. And winded. Like that. Red 4 player. Red 4 player passes. Back to blue 4 player. Up for 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red 4 player passes. Blue 4 player. This is 4 moving in down posture. Two, moving in down posture. So it's 2. So mark plus 2 PM or 3rd period marker. Now the question is, line of sight is fine there. The question is, because this unit is already marked with action, whatever you want to call it, already marked PM. We need to redo his observation. So we go to so we're trying to figure out if the down plus PM'd observer can see this down PM'd target. So we start here, This is a 2-soldier machine gun team. So this is a small troop unit. Small troop unit down plus PM. Being observed by a down PM observer is only 2 observation points. So nowhere near observing the unit there. So could, does a moving unit being marked PM and the units move? And no, it's not a move. And the unit's action. Spend 2 action points to move out here in the open in down posture. Does he get to use a 3rd action point to fire? Does he? Does he? Does he? Does he? What are the pluses and minuses? All right, we'll go with what we have now, which is that does actually end his action. He doesn't go roll over right into an attack. He will attack after he's done moving, but that's after the unit clears its period marker. In other words, it will be in the 3rd period of this cycle. Yeah. All right, let's just pass. Move on to the 2nd period. Are there any there are no 2nd period markers to remove. So we go right to our actions, blue first. We're right back. Oh, man. Guess I'll move here. This is up for 0, 2 in the wood line. That's plus 2 PM from here. It's the 2nd action period, so we go forward 2, 3rd, 4th action period like that. Red 4 player passes. Blue 4 player unit follows. Back to red 4 player. Let's force the rules with something. So if red 4 player goes up, cannot be seen by anyone. So 0, 1, 2, and 3, 4. into the wood line. Why? That's interesting. Could this unit push itself, go winded, and enter close combat? I don't see why not. So that's 4. Okay, so let's look at this. So right now, this unit is marked plus 4 p.m., which is the next second period, which means that what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Man. Man. They're winded too. Man. What? What is... Okay, well, in this case, this unit is plus 3 p.m. This is plus 4 p.m. I don't see why this unit couldn't. Well, even though they're adjacent, let's make sure that this unit can actually see this unit. So this is a small troop unit up PM. And this is up PM and winded. Oh, yeah. The size of the observing unit doesn't matter. So it's an up PM and winded unit. Up PM winded is an observation point allowance of 8. Which is enough to see next door, adjacent, heavy terrain, which costs 6. So he does actually see the unit adjacent. By the way, if he were down PM and winded, he would not. As well as obviously if he were under full cover, he would not. Otherwise he would see. Okay. First of all, he does see adjacent, does see the unit move in there. Here, I mean. So the first thing is, if blue doesn't interrupt, then red is going to come in for close combat. The question is, can blue interrupt? The fact that blue can be marked 1 more PM, I don't know how to explain it, but his PM is earlier than this PM, which means that in the same period that the red 4 moved into this hex, this unit is in fact going to be free anyways, and so for that reason can interrupt and do reaction fire. I don't know how else to explain it, but it works. I mean, I think it works. Yeah, so Well, that's interesting. I never even considered yet in my testing here 2 units in the same hex. Oh yeah, they're just different. Oh yeah, so it does go 1 unit by unit, and the units will get different period markers. So the first unit fires, so, and now he does not have a reason, not a reason, he doesn't have a man. How do I explain it? Okay, the Assault Plus unit there, Blue 4 unit, is going to... Right, it's such close range. Really, they only need to use a 2 rate of fire attack to get the job done. Yep, because that drops 6 combat factor, casualty factors on. Okay, so let's just do that. One of the units, well, it can only be 1, so it gets +1 PM for doing a fire attack, like that. He still has to be marked winded though, just to make sure. Just to make sure, like that. He's still winded from before. Wait a minute. Yeah, he's still winded. Not the winded influences the attack. Okay, so he's going to stop him, so red is not going to come careening in. So the target goes down, full cover, 6. This unit stays like that. Okay, something like that. Now it's back to red 4. Red 4 passes, back to blue 4. See, blue 4 could add another attack, but there's really no reason to risk. By the way, I need to remember, so I am going to have to have special, definitely going to have low ammo check markers for, because that was a 2 rate of fire attack. I just have to remember that, but I got to get markers for that. Okay, so okay, let's just say blue passes, red passes over. We go to the 3rd action period. Go through, remove all 3rd action period markers. That part's easy. That's a 3rd period marker. Okay, 3rd period marker. We'll get some resolution here. Third. Oh. When to resolve Well, let's just play it. Remove that. Nope. Okay. So there. Now we go to actions. Start with blue. Now again, blue doesn't have to do this, but let's go ahead and do this. So blue will find out what the result of that attack was. So we go to the, oh, I didn't even bring over the CRT yet. Guess it's this one. I guess it is this one. Okay. Like that. Okay. Okay, so we look here, we have 12 casualty factors. At this point we round, so we round up. 12 is exactly between 10 and 14, so we round up to the 14 column. The blue 4 player just rolls for resolution, fairly average 69. Man, I can't remember what the order is here, but I think, what is the order? The skill check, like we said before, these are all 777s, and they're all +5, +5, +5. So 49, 7 times 7 is 49, that's skill times team, or sorry, will times teamwork. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 10 for +5 will and +5 teamwork. So 59, right? But 69 is still over. So they fail their skill check, which means that it's still resolved on the 14 column. If they had succeeded, they would bump down to down or left one column or down one column. So they stay on this column. They're well over the cover in the cover and concealment in the clear. Well, it's 0 concealment. That doesn't help. As a matter of fact, where is that? Oh, I hadn't brought that over either. Yeah, in the open terrain, there's 0 concealment, so that's not even an issue. Cover is 10, not even close to getting cover. Wow. So I think it's a hard 69. I do not want to be caught in the open. Oh, wait. That's still a high roll. High is less. Okay, so that's a C1. That's actually, yeah. So they took 1 casualty. That's not outrageous. So they took 1 casualty. Now I think I'm trying to remember. No, there's. You know, what would happen if. I'm still trying to figure out. Would that. It's a player action for sure, so red is next, but. I keep going back and forth. Should this cost a period marker or not? Should it cost a period marker? Well, I'm going to think about that, and I'll think about that before we start the next video.